Hello everyone, how are you today? How's your Friday going? I'm trying something different today. We'll see if it works. Hopefully I'm not sideways. I'm just waiting for the computer to catch up so I can see what I'm doing. Say hi if you're out there. There we go. Okay, it looks like, at least for now, we are going the right way. So, sorry to be a smidge late, but you know me, when I get creating, I do a lot. Okay, so thank you all for coming, and I'm going to turn the camera, so give yourself a little bit of there we go. All right. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too fast for you guys. Seemed a little bit fast. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get everything where we need it to be. As always, thank you for shopping with me. Here's my website. And here's what we're talking about today. Okay, so have you ever looked in, say, Pier 1? Pier 1's where I went to today for some inspiration, shall we say. So I looked on Pier 1 and looked at all the fall stuff, and you know how sometimes there's orange and gold, sometimes there's gold and silver pumpkins, sometimes there's black and red pumpkins, sometimes they have the traditional pumpkins, sometimes it's the blue version. What I'm getting at is you can customize with a stamp set the colors or the trends that you like, or if you're making it for a friend that a friend likes, okay? So this is a stamp set. I just stamped a couple of those to remind me. And the thin cut. And this is, that's in crooked. This is Z8030, and it's the Crisp Air suite of papers and products. And this is the card making one, which is very cool. So that's what we're using today. And I have 3 cards to show you, and then I'm going to give you some little tips and tricks. Okay, so here is the first card. Thankful for you. And you punch out, or with your thin cuts, you get your pumpkin and your eggs. I like to call them eggs because I think these would be great Easter eggs. I mean, look at all these patterns you've got for Easter eggs. Okay. Dual purpose, that's where we're at, right? And I've got a couple of my eggs here. And what I wanted to show you on this one is that it could be, I mean, this could be red buffalo plaid here and here. I just went with the kind of off-white cream. This is our vanilla cream. Is that what it's called? Yes, vanilla. No, French vanilla cardstock. Sorry. And then white. Okay, this is linen color and black. And this is a piece of the mix-ins that is the wood grain. These are our fun little new dots that give you, take it out of here so you can see, it's 3 different colors. So I believe this is linen, and that one's almost gone. Linen, pewter, and charcoal. So linen, pewter, and charcoal. I really am enjoying these. And what you can do is go in the catalog and find out what the colors are, and I just write them on here. That way I know when I pick it up. Okay? And the next thing I want to tell you is that I drew a line around, and I just wanted to, again, show you how to do that. So this is the Le Pen that we have, and it's the black. And if you take a pencil and you just practice going down and up, you will find a way, either the down or the up stroke works better for you to stay at a straight line. I like to line up my paper on my grid, and I'm just going to draw my hand down. Turn my paper so my pen is going, my hand's going the same way, a little bit longer, and the more you practice, the better your lines will be. And on this last one, I kind of waffled there a little bit. On this last one, I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to really kind of, oops, that's really bad. So what you do is you just go over it a second time. And you could leave it like that, or you could just kind of go around the whole thing a second time. And it just fixes it for you. Like so. Okay? So that's how I did that. The rest of it is just pretty much stamping. This I did in black, but I did second generation, so it would be more of a gray. Okay? This little stem, I just figured out where I wanted it, picked up the, before I put down the pumpkin, put the stem first, and then put the pumpkin. So that's flat. This is raised up, and this could be any of these. Isn't that pretty? Or it could be like that. Or, like I said, if you were doing the red, you could take a red marker and just draw in there and make it red. Here, let's do that quick. Let me grab a red marker. And I'm going to use, I think, the dark side. Yeah. Oh, make sure I'm staying on camera. One more. I'm kind of messed up, so I'm going to fill it in a little bit more. So there we go. I just filled it in with red marker. Now you would probably want red here. You want at least red on 3 places, maybe even red here. Okay, so there's just some ideas on that, how I did that. And then this piece here I wanted to show you as well. I just had straight cardstock. And a black ink pad. I stamped up this Easter egg, if you will. And I just took my paper. Now, basically, you're not going to see very much of it. So you could just do there and there. And then you have that strip to match. Okay? So again, this was a linen and black card. And that's how I did those little goodies. I'm going to set that one there. The next one is more of a traditional. I used peach, paprika, and pine. This is our new pine. Okay. And the card I have for you is this one. Again, I went and did that same thing. I just used a different egg. I know, you're going to be saying egg. And this one is the paprika cardstock, pine cardstock, the mix-ins from Crisp Air again. This pumpkin, this part here that you build everything on, is actually peach. And I should have added a little bit more peach. Let's change that out. I also used the Crisp Air, what are these? Crisp Air dots, although they're anything but dots. I mean, there is dots in there. And I am going to, let's move this one out very gently. And let's put one of these more peachy pink ones in. So that just kind of adds to the flow. And then these two are this brown kind of color, and that one has sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. So just gonna go off of the colors that you have. I could have added another green one here, but I kind of like that, kind of match the paprika color. So that's card number 2, and you can see this one, I just put it on and cut off the edges. On this one, I made a little pennant and cut off this edge. But these pieces are all pretty much the same colors. And then I wanted to do a funky colored one. or kind of those blues and greens. So this is the new Mist and Seabrook. And then I did it in the vanilla cream. This one was white and linen, not vanilla cream. This is the vanilla cream one. So I used the Mist and the Seabrook ink. Okay. I also used our little sparkles. There's itty bitties and just regular size sparkles, and you can color these whatever color you want. So the marker that matched was the Vintage Blue Blend. And all I did was take a sparkle, make sure that it's down, so I just push on it a little bit. And I believe I took the medium color, and you just go all the way around and color it in. Give it a sec to dry. I'll do a dark one too, so it'll show up a little bit more. Like so. Just got that dry, and then hopefully you can see that it is colored in. And I'll take some still shots so that way you can see. But what I have here is I punched out each color of pumpkin in the Mist and the Seabrook, and then decided what I wanted to use. And what I came up with was this card. So this one I rock and rolled. I'm going to show you how to do that. Hold on a sec, I've got to grab my stamp and a block. I'm going to move these aside so I can show you how to do this. So this is, I'm going to push this up a little bit, or a lot of it, because I want to stamp it here rather than on here. And why I do that is because when I push this down, if I do it here, I can see where my edges are a whole lot better. So, rock and roll is basically inking up in your lightest color, which this is Seabrook, and then before you stamp it, you're going to roll it gently in the next color, which is this one is Mist. Now hopefully my head doesn't get in the way. And then stamp it, and you've got a two-tone effect. Now that didn't come out very good because I did too much rolling. So the other main thing to remember is wash it off and make sure it's dry before you do it again. And we're going to do the other side. So let's go a little bit gentler handed on our rolling and just get a tiny bit. Just doesn't look like it's very much, but they're light colors. So that's better. That's more like these. So that's just how easy that is. So you can put in a couple of colors. And that is what I have for you today. If you'd like to comment, I'd love to know which is your favorite. Oh, and this one I just kind of crisscrossed. And the other thing that I did on this one was I took my marker, and I did it a couple of places. You can see right here and on here. And all I did, I used a light color. So say this was on this paper, kind of mimic that. I just went around and drew. And then on the outer edge of this, I just put it on a straight line. There again, whichever way. Make sure I'm focused here. Okay. Whichever way works for me. And I just draw it down. I like to line it up. Makes it a little easier for me. And I was a little bit off on that, so I can go back and get a little bit more on the piece. There we go. It's just a little practice. See, I messed up again. I want to do a little bit more there. And that's how you do that. You could also do little dots if you wanted to add. And the more straight up and down you go, the smaller your dots will be. The more on the side, you could do those kind of dots. So there's just play with what you have, and try different things. So, which is your favorite? Number 1, number 2, number 3. You can say black, traditional, and blue, whichever you want to do. Oh, and here's those colored gems. So they all have same pieces. They all have hearts on them that I stamped and little gems, but they're all just kind of placed a little bit differently and a little bit different on the tags, but all these other pieces are the same size. So see how this one looks smaller than this one? And that one is slightly smaller. These two are the same size. These two are the same size. Anyway, I'm rambling, so thank you ever so much for watching. I hope that you will try something like this with whatever stamp set you want to use. So you don't have to vary it that much. The color really does change how the project feels. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye now.